Our Week 3 matchup this weekend is just 2 days away when we take on the Los Angeles Chargers at US Bank Stadium. I'm super pumped for it. This is not really a do or die type of ball game, but it's a much-watched ball game. Both teams going into this one 0-2. The firepower of the Chargers and the firepower of the Minnesotas. Basically, both these teams are very similar in their play styles, and you could say that the Chargers defense is a little bit better on paper and stuff like that. But our defense currently ranks 8th against the pass, and that's because of Brian Flores. We already knew that was going to be the case going into this season. I said it multiple times. But who is going to be in for this game? Who is going to be out? Let's take a look at the injury report for Week 3, Vikings versus Chargers. Let's start with the Minnesota Vikings. Not some good news, but we have some questionable. There's some people that might be playing, so let's look at it. First and foremost, we have Garrett Bradbury, the center, dealing with that back injury we talked about. He got in a car accident, yada, yada, yada. He went in through this week kind of slow pace. Let's see how day to day is basically his situation. He's currently questionable for Sunday's game against the Chargers. It wouldn't surprise me if we decided to let him sit on Sunday, just because the Chargers are dealing with a lot of injuries themselves, and I think Austin Schlottman is doing just fine playing the role that he's doing and being that backup and coming in and kind of giving it his all. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's going to be out this weekend, but currently he is questionable. Marcus Davenport, though, is the massive one on this list, right? Missed Week 1 with an injury. I believe it was the ankle injury. Week 2, he comes in, he plays, really non-existent. Danielle Hunter was the guy that we were calling his name the most. But Marcus Davenport is out for this weekend's matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. I seen a picture on this Vikings meme site or whatever. It said, Marcus Davenport chose the number 0 because that's the type of production he's going to give the Vikings this season. So, gave me a little chuckle. I liked it. But Marcus Davenport will be out this week. Hopefully, he can get back to 100%, so we have him for Week 4. The rest of these, Christian Darrisaw, Jordan Hicks, Josh Metellus, those three are all, I think it's day-to-day, or they're going to see how they are game day. I believe Christian Darrisaw, this was the same situation last week. He was dressed on the sidelines but never seen playing action. So I would assume that that's going to be the same scenario for this weekend's game against the Chargers. They're playing right now until told otherwise. We'll see how it transpires on the field when they're warming up to take on the Chargers. Last but not least, Jalen Naylor. He was put on the injured reserve list dealing with a hamstring injury, so he's out 4 weeks. Not good. It is what it is, though. We gotta we have to keep moving forward. Jalen Naylor, punt returner, kick returner. He's going to have to take a back row seat and just let that hamstring heal, because he does have a place on this team. And whether that's special teams or at wide receiver, it doesn't matter. He is on the team. So Jalen Naylor is on the IR. Only one out for the Minnesota Vikings for sure this weekend, Marcus Davenport. However, it's a different story for that Los Angeles Chargers team, who's out a couple star players, I will say. And there might be one more added to that list. So let's look at that. The Los Angeles Chargers dealing with a plethora of injuries. Joey Bosa being one of them, dealing with a hamstring injury. He is currently questionable for the game. It all depends on how that hammy feels going during warm-ups, I believe, on Sunday, if he's going to play or not. They could rule him out tomorrow. They could rule him out tonight, but I think they're going to wait till warm-ups to see how tight it is and see if he can get moving and grooving and play for the Chargers on Sunday. Austin Eckler, bummer, dude. Deal with an ankle injury. He will not be playing in this weekend's matchup. Thank the heavens we do not need him in that backfield, because we already seen what DeAndre Swift did to us last weekend with the Philadelphia Eagles. We don't need part 2 with Austin Eckler against the Chargers. Let's give our defense a little breathing room. Hopefully our offense can, hopefully that offensive line can block and protect Kirk Cousins so we can move the ball downfield, and we won't have to worry about Austin Eckler because, well, he's frankly not playing this Sunday. Dan Henley, hamstring injury. He is questionable. Sorry, I butchered his name, but he's questionable for this game. Eric Kendricks, former Minnesota Vikings. This was going to be his homecoming game back at US Bank Stadium. We're going to give him a standing ovation, followed with a bunch of boos. Eric Kendricks will not be playing this Sunday, dealing with a hamstring injury. Shucks, that's a bummer, Eric. Well, it is what it is. We loved you as a Minnesota Viking, but now since you're not on the team, it is what it is, my guy. But hopefully, I mean, we don't like injuries at all, but Eric Kendricks not playing Sunday. Chris Rump, the linebacker hamstring, he's also questionable for the Chargers. Mike Williams dealing with an ankle injury. It's said that his status is unknown, so I'm assuming it's the same scenario with the three that we have, Christian Darrisaw, Jordan Hicks, and yada, yada, yada. They're going to see and test it out during warm-ups how he's feeling and if he can actually play this Sunday. And last but not least, Christopher Hinton, defensive line, he's dealing with a back issue. He is currently questionable for this game. So a massive piece of that Chargers offense, Austin Eckler, will not be playing. That is good news. However, for us, Marcus Davenport, he's not playing. Garrett Bradbury might not play. Hopefully, Christian Darrisaw is 100% and goes through warm-ups feeling ready to rock and roll and hits the ground running because we need it. Dalton Risner most likely will be playing this Sunday on our offensive line, so it'll be good to see what he's bringing to the team. Cam Akers, just signed him, I believe, yesterday or 2 days ago, He will not be playing this weekend. That was a report from Kevin O'Connell on Twitter per Ben Gosling that he is just not going to be ready for the type of load that they want to give him and just not ready with or familiar with the playbook. So he will not be playing this week and expect that in week 4. So let me know what you guys think about the injury report in the comment section below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks, and Skull Vikes.